Hey boys and girls, this is the lesson on unit rates. This is lesson 10-9 in Pearson. Our learning objective for today is students will be able to be precise when solving problems involving rates in order to clearly express mathematical thinking in written form. As a review, we went over these terms before leaving school. So reviewing what a rate is a special type of ratio that compares quantities with unlike units of measure. And a unit rate is a rate in which the comparison is to 1 unit. We discussed that there are 3 different ways for you to find a unit rate. You can use a table and use division in that table. You can use a double number line, or you can just use division. Okay. When we were working on unit rates in class, I noticed that division was the most popular strategy that students were using. So that's the strategy that I'm going to focus on here in this screencast. If you like one of the other strategies, please feel free to use a table or a double number line to find your answer. So here we have a Pearson Another Look from 10-9. I'm just going to make it smaller so I have room to work. So this is on your papers that you're going to get from the county. Noah does odd jobs for his neighbors. The table shows the number of jobs and the amount earned during his first 3 weeks. His friend Jim says that Noah's earnings per job increased each week. Do you agree? Explain. So we are trying to find out how much money he makes per job. Okay, so for one job, I need to find the unit rate of jobs. So I'm going to take, for week 1, the total earnings that Noah makes, which is $411. So I'm going to write down 411, and please excuse my writing. So $411, and I'm going to divide that by the 3 jobs so I can figure out how much money he makes per job. I know that 3 goes into 4 one time, and I'm going to subtract 3 because 3 times 1 is 3, and that leaves me with 1. Now 3 cannot go into 1, so I need to bring down my next number, which also happens to be a 1. And 3 goes into 11 3 times, and 3 times 3 is 9, so I'm going to subtract 9 from 11, which gives me 2. And I know that 3 cannot go into 2, so finally I have to bring down my last digit, which is a 1, and that gives me 21. 3 goes into 21 7 times. Okay, and if I multiply 3 times 7, that gives me 21. Sorry, I'm running out of room. And that leaves me with 0 as a remainder. So Noah earned $137 per one job. Okay, and that's for week 1. Your job is going to be able to figure out what he earns for week 2 and week 3 per job. Okay, after you figure out his earnings per job for week 2 and week 3, you will be able to see if Noah does in fact earn more money per week, and if Jim is correct, or if he does not earn more money per week, and if Jim is incorrect. Okay. So what I want to do now is just a couple more examples just to make sure that you understand how you're finding unit rates. So this example is there are 320 miles per 16 gallons of gas. Okay, I want to know how far can I go with 1 gallon of gas. Okay, so I want to know 1 gallon of gas, how many miles will I be able to go? So I'm going to take that 320 miles and I'm going to divide it by 16 gallons. I know that I have a 2-digit divisor, so I have to look at my first 2 digits in my dividend. 16 goes into 32 2 times. 16 times 2 is 32, so I'm going to subtract 32. That leaves me with 0. Now I do still have this digit here that I need to use. If I bring it down, it gives me 0, but I still need to show that I used it, and it gives me 20 miles. So my answer would be 20 miles per gallon. and I'll write the 1 there. So 20 miles per 1 gallon. Let's just do one more example so I know that you've got it. If I am traveling 75 kilometers every 5 hours, I want to know how many kilometers I'm traveling in 1 hour. So for 1 hour, I want to know how many kilometers I can drive. So I'm going to take my 75 and divide it by 5. I know that 5 goes into 7 one time. 5 times 1 is 5, so I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 5 is 2, and I know that 5 cannot go into 2, so I have to bring down my next digit. That makes my new number 25. 5 goes into 25 5 times. If I multiply 5 times 5, that gives me 25, so I have to subtract, leaving me with no remainder. So I can travel 15 kilometers per 1 hour. All right, and let's do one more just for good measure. If I have 54 pencils in 3 packages, I want to know how many pencils come in 1 package. So I want to know in 1 package or 1 pack of pencils, how many are in that pack. All right, so I'm going to take my 54 pencils and I'm going to divide it by 3 packages. I know that 3 goes into 5 one time, and 3 times 1 gives me 3. So I'm going to subtract 3 from 5, which leaves me with 2. I know that 3 cannot go into 2, so I need to bring down this 4, giving me a 24. And I know 3 goes into 24 8 times. 3 times 8 is exactly 24, leaving me with no remainder. So 18 pencils are in 1 pack or package. All right, boys and girls, I hope this helps. If you need any help, please feel free to reach out via email or Schoology, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. My office hours are posted.